Hey guys, welcome back to Should Have Turned Left. We are finally back, hopefully for good, because, oh god, I need to start the video.
You're done fucked up.
That might... Yes, I done fucked up already.
We don't know what we're doing. It's fine.
No. I'm Ben, Canadianized, no longer have the PG handle. Fuck you, Wiley.
Solid.
He's a filthy magic judge.
It's
that's
my
what
fault.
it is.
Yeah.
I'm Wiley, the filthy magic judge, playing Crix in this matchup.
And I'm David. I play hordes sometimes, and that's about it.
Sometimes, yep. No, I'm playing Circle Orboros, Tanith in the Bones of Orboros theme, and I have, what, 4 weirds?
4 weirds.
Let me look at my list.
Yeah. Four shooty McBang bang.
Yeah. Tanith with 4 weirds, a Woldwarden, Loki, Fulcrum, 2 Blackclad Wayfarers, and a Stoneshaper, all 3 of which are free, 2 Sentry Stone mannequins, and 2 Shifting Stones. And basically, I built this list on, hey, weirds are good, how far can I take them? And let's see if this list is more cute than good, because I really like the thought of Loki being 2 inches further up at the start.
Of course.
Also, Speed 7 weirds being 2 inches further up at the start seemed cute.
Yeah. Is cute the appropriate word?
For me.
For me.
Yeah, I don't say that when he's kicking my junk in, but whatever. I'm playing Gaspy 3 in the Dark Host theme force. I've been pretty stoked about this new theme force just because I like Bane models so much in Mark II and all the Gaspies were so cool with them. The new bonuses are extra sweet, and this is actually one of the first games I played with Dark Host and the first game I played with the Wraith Engine, which contributes to free points in the Dark Host.
God, that thing is good.
Pretty good. Pretty dang good. I make a couple mistakes here with my setup because this speed of the Wraith Engine is quite considerable, and you can just put it behind everything since it's a giant ghost, and it can just run through them anyway.
Yeah.
But I'm still learning that now, like 6 Wraith Engine games later. I really wanted to try this list because Gaspy 3 has the... What the hell is that spell called? Cloak of Ash. It's not called Ashen Veil anymore. They gain Ashen Veil. Right. It's stupid. Gives them concealment, which is cool because this theme gives all your Bane models Prowl. Also, you get the 2 clouds that you see I've already placed next to the Battle Engine... What's it called? Battle Engine Warjack Warbeast control zone.
Yep.
And I'm also bringing... this was down to the wire. I brought 2 Deathrippers, which are the melee arc node chickens. I usually prefer to do Night Wretches because you don't want to engage them anyway, and their attack is now a little bit better than it was in Mark III. But yeah, Deathrippers are 6 points. Night Wretches are 7. If I had Night Wretches, I might have considered going down to Deathrippers so I can include Soul Trappers, because Gaspy is one of the soul men. But I'm not sad about it in this matchup because there's not a lot of souls to collect anyway. 2 Necrotechs for the Wraith Engine. Since I was so stoked about the Wraith Engine's aura, potentially, I decided to also bring Darragh Wrathe and see if I can kick it up one more notch with his Mortal Fear, used to be called Beyond Death. Now living models.
Really?
Still same thing, minus 2 damage rolls in his control area.
I'm still not used to that. When I play Kruger 2, I say, I'm casting not Stormwall, because I don't remember what the name is now.
Yeah, it's kind of stupid, because I don't know why they need to change the names. It's not like they gave an ability called Beyond Death to someone else. And Darragh Wrathe is an undead. Also very stupid, as an aside.
Yeah. By the way, we still have a Blightbringer and Blightbringer in the same faction.
Nice.
Yeah.
The rest of my list is 2 full units of Bane Warriors, formerly Bane Thralls, and 1 unit of Bane Riders. I'm quite sure Tartarus is in there somewhere if I haven't already mentioned him.
Tartarus is in there.
Veteran Leader bonus is cool, and I'm actually alright with the new Bane Warrior attachment bonuses you get, which gives them the mini feat to return between 2 and 4 of their destroyed models to their unit. They still have to forfeit, but they don't. This game doesn't seem to give me all the sweet stuff I had in Mark II, where I just bring bros back and they get to move and attack and do all sorts of cool stuff. I don't know. I think some other faction has that.
Into a different swarm?
I think some other faction has that with some stupid mannequins or something. I don't know. It's crazy.
Weird.
Well, I know there's tentacles that do it. I don't know about the mannequin. But...
Obvious bullshit.
I'm going to be perfectly honest. I thought that Wraith Engine model would be bigger.
Well, he's a ghost, so I mean that's why you can't see him.
Yeah, just
there you go.
You can't hit what you can't see.
He's the only incorporeal model. I mean, he's otherworldly. Look at him. You can't even see him.
No.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Neither of us said what objective we took. I think both of us went for the Healy one because it's like, well,
the other
you have Ghostly everywhere, so you don't Ghostly or incorporeal, so you don't need Pathfinder. I either place myself or a Pathfinder anywhere, so don't need that. Okay. Magical attacks. I don't have any portal
Yeah.
on my side. No
Magical
wind wall,
attacks
nothing
seem
like that.
stupid. Stockpiles seem pretty straightforward.
Yeah, and then my list is just full of magical attacks already, so okay.
I mean, technically, Ben, your list hates magic. If you think about it.
Yeah, weirds are awesome like that.
Yeah, 4 of those little assholes hate magic. This might be the most successful game after I've lost like 4 in a row to those little shitheads.
Yeah.
Just because I figured out a way to like clog them, but you're basically just sacrificing a model to them, which feels pretty bad. Not as bad as getting shot in the face 52 times with super boosted attacks and damage. Feels slightly less worse than that.
Slightly,
Or
only a
not
little.
just getting shot in the face whenever you try to cast a spell.
Yeah, when I cast a
Yeah.
spell or move or breathe or anything.
Breathe. Don't breathe within 10 inches of me, bro. Please.
Hey, the weirds
The
are
Bane
awesome for
Cav,
that.
the Bane Cav is super sweet. I'm moving them up there on one flank, but the positioning on this is super awkward because of the giant house in the middle. I don't know why we're fighting in the middle of someone's property like that, but
I'm sure they were thrilled.
I'm
to
sure
find
that
out.
house is really important.
it
There's
was
like,
an
There's
objective.
got to be like some
We
good
each wanted
foods or
control
something.
of one of these pumpkin fields or whatever the hell that is.
There you go. Despite the acid pool up there, that's probably God knows what kind of contaminants are in it. And what it could have done to
Man, these
whatever's
farmers
inside.
seriously need to think about new real estate. I'm just saying. Like,
I know, right?
it might be an issue.
I don't know. Maybe this is a Crixian line that they're defending.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
That
while
acid pool was a pile of Bane Warriors that died last time.
There you go.
Man, your horses seem really awesome because they have ghosts for riders as well.
Yes, they are ghostly.
Yes.
I went full theme, and I'm
Yeah.
totally not just lazy about painting my models before I put them on.
Yeah.
Yeah, versus what? I have a white weird, a black weird, 2 silver ones. I'm not racist.
Yeah, at least you painted all your super abusive models, though. I don't even.
That's
The
important.
only thing I have painted are my chickens.
Chickens are.
And
chickens are no
I probably
no.
should paint Gatsby's grandpa. That's what I refer to Vociferon as, his mandatory spell slave attachment, which I think is actually like one step above the Scarlog Thrall. Not amazing in Mark III, but they kind of included in the points because Gatsby's
24.
Warby's points, I think, are 23 or 24. They're much lower than
Yeah.
an average caster.
Yeah, I was building a list. I noticed he was the least amount that could be
24, yeah.
brought.
Gosh.
Yeah, it's like, for me, hey, I'm still using my battle box caster.
Yeah.
Because she's kind
yeah.
of
Yeah,
awesome.
well, she's
Tanith
super
is
abusive.
Slightly good. Maybe.
You have your battle box caster, which is super cool to play in Theme Forces, and I have mine, which I never even want to look at again.
It's all good. Second faction, Legion.
Is she a ghost
I,
too?
I
That's fine,
don't
right?
play their battle box caster.
Banewitch
either.
Agathia is like 10% stronger than a single Bane Warrior and dies about as easily. So I'm not too eager to bring her to the table with
Yeah.
just about any list when any
like-
other caster will do.
Yeah, and I don't think there's anything she does that somebody else doesn't do better, especially if you compare her to Coven,
Yeah.
which is almost a direct analog, and the Coven's just so much better.
It still takes some getting used to have your models actually have stealth all the time throughout this game. That the unpainted unit of Bane Warriors on the bottom there are
Yeah.
I'm constantly screwing with that cloud, even though I have the Cloak of Ash on them the whole time. They have stealth, and it's just really hard for me to get used to because they don't actually have stealth like they used to in Mark II. They have Prowl.
Yep. But hey, if you decide to drop the spell, at least those other guys have stealth. And
Yeah, you'll see in a couple turns, I'm real careful about keeping the
yeah.
UA and the flag, in or around the cloud. And he's like, "Yeah, you're a moron. You have stealth the whole time." And I'm like, "Yeah, I don't know what I'm doing."
Developing habits.
I was,
Yay.
I kind of am because I got used to using Gatsby with Cetixies. They don't have a theme force yet, but that Ashen Veil with them is really stupid.
Oh, God,
Just because they have like range or defense 18 from ranged attacks. If you choose the whipping, the only decent option for them anymore, really, with their UA. But I'm optimistic. I like Gatsby in any kind of Bane theme force. It feels thematic, but it also is a lot more encouraging when you have a spell like that since they have Prowl, now gives them stealth and is super obnoxious to anything in melee range with them.
Oh, yeah.
Any living thing.
It
Oh,
is.
look at that. Shrimp aren't living. So weird.
Oh.
Weird.
Well, I
Didn't-
have
What?
3, 4, 5 living models on the table.
Yep.
Let's see.
I think
Not
the 3
great.
Blackclads,
Not great for
Loki,
the Soul
and Tanith.
Collection.
Tanith, yeah. Look at all those wooden sticks, man. Come on.
Yeah.
I don't feel too
And
bad
so many
not bringing.
sprays.
I don't feel
So
too bad
many
not
sprays.
bringing the Soul Trappers here. But in any case, Gatsby's grandpa collects souls for him too.
What souls?
I know, right?
It's like Ben himself. Sticks have no souls. That's
Also,
just-
this list of Grunt Skirmkin is kind of hilarious because what corpses?
don't talk to me then.
Not saying, just saying.
This
Oh.
this is
Corpses?
this is the turn when I learned that impact attacks also impact your neighboring horses, which is weird.
Yeah. Yes.
I did not know that before here because this is also, despite them being one of the first models I bought, the Bane Riders, I practically never played with them before this, just because they, before this theme force came out, they made a bunch of changes in the CID and they didn't feel super rewarding to play them.
No, putting Vengeance on them is actually kind of great.
Yeah, having Vengeance is cool, and now they switched the Bane Knights to basically purely defensive guys. Set defense, lost Vengeance, got Brutal Charge.
Got Wall of Steel or
Got Wall of
whatever
Steel,
it's called.
yeah, which is also pretty cool with the Wraith Engine, as I've been testing out recently.
Oh God.
Or 20 armor is pretty sweet.
Yeah. No kidding. Yeah, that Wraith Engine is really good. Yeah. One thing I just remembered about this table, what Riley set it up, and it's like, oh hey, this table's a pain in the ass for huge bases to go. So, no, on the side where my Fulcrum's at, it says, I'm just going to keep little annoying models close enough to that stupid wall so the Wraith Engine can never fit over it.
Yeah,
Ever.
not giving it a place to land was kind of a thing this game.
Yeah. It's like, oh, hey, you're melee. Mine's gun platform, so I can hang back and shoot you.
Why do we don't care. You're a ghost. You should be able to fit over that wall. What are you talking about?
I think this
In the wall.
In the wall.
during this charge
No.
impact thingy they're doing, I had like a really good one where a trample or impact attack killed a stone, and then I had one where like his main attack failed to kill
Yeah.
even
Oh,
a basic
is this
model.
the one where
I think this is
you
one
poke
where
your own?
I mount damage myself, the other horse in the side of the
Yeah.
head.
Yeah, and you give one horse the herps, man. Come
Oh, yeah, I paused the clock to go look.
It's like, is that a thing?
on. Is that a thing?
You can see I'm nervously fretting away.
Like, oh my.
I'm like, oh god, he's gonna
yeah.
get wrecked. He's
It's
gonna
like,
get wrecked.
Oh man, the horses they just tripped over each other a little. It's fine.
He's like, oh yeah, no, he's totally boned. Yeah, he's in melee. That's cool. Super
Yep, there's a
cool.
robot.
It's
Well,
all
look.
good.
And derp.
Yep.
Nope. Oh god. He's like,
Sweet horse. Didn't kill the stone. Hey, kill yourself. Okay.
Yeah.
Super cool.
Like, yeah, fuck the mannequin. You don't need the mannequin. Did you roll snakes on that
the
or
mannequin, like. he's
I
just
think
like,
didn't even kill the mannequin. How is that even possible?
something? I think you
Shit, it's a
somehow
power.
missed it.
It's a
He
power
obviously-
12. I think I missed on the attack.
He obviously
you
like
missed
stuck
it,
his
yeah.
branches under your horse's legs, which then
Oh.
caught the other horse.
That
and
one-
that horse got herpes on top of everything.
Yes,
Yes.
that was not worth the herpes on that acid pool.
Caught the herps.
That acid
man.
pool was super awkward the whole game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was like, well, they're good armor. I don't care too much.
Why did you move around the... Whatever.
I wanted to have some.
You're ghostly. You move through the pillar.
Yes, I have learned that since, and I have not been paying enough attention because I was so used to incorporeal. Even though I'm not sure that was a change. I'm just not
No,
sure
it
that I was
wasn't a
ever
change.
particularly aware of
Yeah.
it. Because
I know,
I was
you seem to
thinking
get
that
that confused
incorporeal
a
can
little
move through stuff, and for some reason I wasn't thinking that ghostly moves through stuff. It's slightly better now. We know when a bunch of Bane Knights just appear through the house and engage a bunch of assholes. They're like,
Yeah.
oh, hello, yes,
Like,
you're here to stop me
yay.
from shooting.
Sup?
But
guys.
it's
Well,
yeah.
shit.
So the theme force is pretty good, even though I'm pretty satisfied with it in this game. You could do a lot better when you're not making stupid mistakes like I did all the time.
Both theme forces are pretty good. It's just, I don't know. I find Bones a bit harder to use in Circle because I'm limited to only constructs. It's like I'm kind of cheating by bringing Tanith so I can bring Loki.
Hmm.
Oh yeah, one of my thoughts with my list in particular is to put Scything Touch on Loki, have him drag something in, and then bring up the Weirds with Gunfighter to shoot the Scything Touched up or Scything Touched model at that point. Hasn't really. I think I've only pulled that little combo-ish thing once, just because stuff dies, so I don't need to.
It's like Loki's pretty solid.
Loki is pretty solid.
Just wrecking people.
Yeah.
with
Also,
that chain.
geomancing rifts are fun. And when the changes come around to the Stoneshaper, that will give it'll give Construct Warbeast +2 to damage for melee. So that'll make my Geomancer or the Warden even better. And then if they give him a point decrease, then I could potentially toss a Gallows Grove in here. Which, hey, it'd be another living model for Souls and Corpses.
Oh,
Yep.
and
Sweet.
another Bane, and I'm still amused at all the things that Gallus Grove can turn into.
It's like, oh man,
You can make a Gallus Grove a pirate.
Nice.
making him a zombie man.
Yeah. No, a living pirate.
It's a living pirate.
You can
That's
Shanghai it.
Nice.
Yeah, Darragh
So
Wrathe,
this tree just becomes
Darragh Wrathe
other
doesn't do a
stuff,
lot
that's
in this
fine.
matchup just because of the complete lack of living trash on the other side of the table. They're completely unconcerned, except for Loki, who has like warp strength, dark shroud, so many other stupid things. He actually doesn't give a shit about
I'm
it,
just
even if
gonna-
it did affect him.
I'm just gonna warp dumb and go kill things.
Yeah.
If that's cool.
But I was also kind of feeling it's a little awkward to only have one Jack, even if it's as sweet of a defensive Jack as Inflictor is in this list. I feel like I was definitely noticing the lack of other heavies, not just because you need them for damage, but like, you know, the Banes don't survive anything. Even with tough, they're pretty easy to remove.
Well, yeah, tough is the thing that you just cannot rely on
Yeah.
at all.
You can't
And,
you can't
hey,
count
you
on it
engaged
all the
one of my
time,
weirds.
and it's not as devastating as
Two of
when
my
they
weirds.
had stealth all the time before, and you actually
Uh,
deliver themselves. But I recognize that was probably a little
Let's see,
unfair to
one-
just have stealth natively all the time.
Oh, God. I just realized where people can't see. I think I have a weird back behind the building where the camera can't see.
Yeah, you do. You definitely do in that little crook behind the fence.
Yeah.
And I think I keep
fence
throwing
you
a,
can
I
barely
think I keep throwing a Bane in there because I don't want that piece of shit shooting Darragh Wrathe in the face when he casts his spells.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, because all those things are spells.
All his things are spells. He's a wizard, Harry.
he's
Yeah.
a wizard.
Speaking of being wizard, Battle Wizard is a really, really fun ability. Black Clouds are awesome for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I suppose I could have probably taken out Darragh Wrathe. Maybe minimize one of the Bane units, fit another heavy in there. I don't know how I feel about that though. The Wraith Engine contributing points to the free points for the Bane theme force is pretty solid. I mean, they do it for all the theme forces now. But at the same time, it's also not a Jack, and he's limited to absolute maximum 3 attacks, no boosts.
Oh. Oh, yeah, he is, huh?
He has his 2 claws.
2 claws.
P plus
and
S 15 with Dark Shroud, and he has Rapid Strike.
Rapid Strike, that's
and-
the one.
Yeah, he used to collect souls and just get obscene numbers of free attacks. But he also gets the
Oh, God, that'd be
the
insane
new
with the Soul
version,
Trapper.
the new version of his Machine Wraith creation, which is just destroying a living enemy model within 2 inches of him. He doesn't even have to do it anymore. Which
But
is
you gotta
cool.
have a living enemy model to kill.
True story.
What?
Which is kind of like
Spoiler, no machine race pop up in this game.
weird.
Weird how that
It's
works.
a little sad because in this matchup, Machine Wraith would actually come in handy with all the constructs.
I know, right?
I think it might only be might be Jack specifically. Now that I think about it,
Might be. And we all whip out our various devices.
Yeah.
Let's see.
doesn't have a companion link on the Wraith Engine. Seems like a mistake in War Room.
I know, right? Dark Dominion hits an enemy Warjack that has a non-crippled Cortex, so you can't take over conversion.
So
either.
ultra ineffective. Can't
Yeah.
get one to harass zones, and even if I could, he couldn't do shit.
Hey, it's still an incorporeal model.
Yeah, still
Another
incorporeal solo,
Just
which
where
is
all
cool
my
for-
magical-
cool for
He just
zones.
sits
Tags.
there like and goes. Blah, 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 blah,
Yeah, I'm not
and
sad
then
about
just-
not creating one, but another alternative is also just including a second Wraith Engine. I mean, it's huge. It's pretty durable. Gives itself its own little aura.
God.
Armor 20 versus ranged and magic, which is that giant observatory on the right side of the house there.
It's a
Yeah.
spinning, clocky thing.
Oh god, this camera shakes a lot. Sorry about that, guys. It's on the table, or it's mounted on the table to get this angle, and it's kind of hard to stop the vibrations on it.
Yeah,
It's okay. It's just shaking
anytime
its
we
head in
touch it-
disappointment at your list there, Ben. That's what it's doing.
Anytime we
whatever.
touch the table, which is this wooden thing we have on top of a regular table, the one we're sitting at now, actually,
Yep.
it's stable for running a game, but you also can't, like drop the people's elbow on it or anything.
Exactly. Oh shit! Hey, look! I just Geomaster Rift.
Oh,
for
look at
lulz.
that! It's rough terrain, super
Oh.
devastating.
Mm.
Yeah,
I know.
Ghostly.
Yeah, I
is,
think it's just
Ghostly
the highest power
is
attack
just
I can Geomance.
It's a
Ghostly is just a stupid good ability to have
Oh,
casually
God,
all the
yes.
time. You don't give a shit about terrain, forests, rough
Terrain, freeze
anything.
strike.
What are you talking about? What
houses
is
in the
terrain?
middle, apparently, which I could have done more about. Like,
Yeah,
had
have
some
Tartarus
Banes
just go walk through
have
it.
some Banes just say, "Hey, what's up, Tanith? Now I'm in your area. Now you better you
Yeah.
have to do something."
God, I didn't think
But-
about that. Oh god.
I've only been playing him for like 2.5
No.
years, so I'm still learning.
Though,
It
from
takes
the
some
looks of my
time.
upkeeps, I have Admonition on Tanith.
Yep, you do.
To
You
protect her
basically the
ass
whole
that way.
game because I
Yep,
think
yep.
something bad must have happened to her once. I don't think you've forgotten about it in any of our games ever.
Yep.
I think
Might
it was.
have
I think
happened.
it was a Terminus thing,
I
if
think
I'm
it
not
was.
mistaken.
Oh, God.
Something bad.
Most
may
are
have
Terminus. Favorite event ever.
Yeah, Terminus is pretty gross.
Terminus is pretty gross. But still, just the thought of Mosar Sansa fading in, Doppler barking, and then Sansa fading out.
Yeah. Did
Dude,
that guy
nothing
just
else.
bark at me? Terminus looks around for confirmation. Barathrum can confirm that guy was a dog.
That
and
old,
then he
weird
left.
guy
That
was-
happened.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty interesting. But I'm actually
But yeah, I think I've got Scything Touch on Loki.
since
Stuff he's never going to drag.
Mhm.
Stuff he's not going to.
We always got to keep that option open because when he does, it's really stupid.
Yeah.
Like, hey, come
Do I
here.
shield guard? I'm pretty sure that's what I'm measuring there. Can I shield guard? Inflictor. Finally, good to finally have that guy out in the real world as opposed to a book where he's never created. You can't field him.
Aha, Revelator?
Shield
Reset
guard
the
on a
clock?
jack is pretty cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I'm actually-
that
I was
guy's
actu-
really good.
I've
I have 12, 13, 14 guns in this list.
Yeah.
15,
Those.
16, 17.
I have a. You can't hear me on the audio because I'm probably complaining about Woldwyrds the whole time. I've already lost like several games to them because they're like, a little ridiculous. I draw a direct comparison between them and the Leviathan in my own faction, which is basically me paying, 7 more points for half as much of a model. It's kind of depressing how much better they are than him. Even with their non-boosted attacks, his P plus S is 1 higher, or the POW on his gun is 1 higher. His range is 3 inches farther. Is that range 12 or range 10?
They're range 10, POW 12, rate of fire 3.
He's range 13, POW 13. He has Spiker, but his rate of fire is D3. Like, you can't even reliably get shots, and these guys just get 3 shots all the damn time.
They just like
Yeah,
to sit
with
around.
no
and
melee
shoot.
attack.
Leviathan has a melee attack, but these guys have Gunfighter. Leviathan has a generic claw, no special bonuses like the other, like Harrower and Desecrator have really cool options for their melee attacks or extras on crit, something like that.
Yeah.
I've been looking at the Desecrator a lot more with the Bane theme force. Having critical shred is super cool.
The only problem
And-
with that is, critical shred is super cool. It's just critical.
Yeah, you can't rely on it as much, but it's nice to have something when he's charging in there. You probably want to boost on his charge attack, and you
Oh, yeah.
sometimes get an extra attack.
Oh god. And
Infernal Machine
the-
is super cool with him with the
the
Coven.
Fulcrum veteran leader. It goes so far.
Yeah.
It's so
It's-
good.
It's yeah, that big floating, whatever it is pretty terrifying.
I'm still kind of looking forward to the Secret Master.
Look at them dice rolls.
I know. Holy shit.
Those were some mediocre ones.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm pretty stoked
Those are
about
expensive.
Tartarus's veteran leader bonus, changed from his previous curse. Since their initial Mark III curse nerf removed completely the bonus range on charge for for a Bane unit, charging the affected unit.
Yep.
And now it's just within 9 inches of him, Banes get the bonus. He lives like 500% longer, but he also makes less Banes. I'm still pretty happy with it.
Yeah. Getting Rapid Strike instead of Thresher.
Rapid strike instead of Thresher, it's slight downgrade, but he's not in it as much. You don't put him in his melee as much anyway, because having Mat 7 Banes is pretty cool, especially in 100% of these Theme Force lists when he's the first free model you take.
Yeah. No shit. Right.
Oh, whoops.
Yeah,
Yes.
he's number 1, and I'm pretty sure Bane Warrior standards are number 2. 6 points for him, 5 points for the UA.
Yeah. Whereas, so what? You're 16 points up on yours, and I'm only 11.
Well, that's okay. We
Yeah.
talked about the natural imbalance of the Woldwyrds already.
Talked about how you have stupid little robo guns.
Don't want spells on anyone. Like Venethrax is super sad about Woldwyrds.
Oh,
Terminus is
God.
probably a little sad about Woldwyrds, even with his unnaturally high
Well,
armor.
let's be fair,
No,
Wiley.
I-
We're all sad about World War.
There was a Kador player, Todd, played against him, and he chose to play Obovnik Zakova 2 into this list. It's like, oh, this is gonna get real sad real quick.
Make the heretic pretty sad too.
Yeah, pew pew.
He's just like, I want to put Fury on something. But it
You can
can't.
put Fury on stuff.
Yeah, just make your world easier for your Woldwyrds to shoot my guys.
Even though it's shooting me in the face, I think that model's actually pretty cool. The Fulcrum, is that what it's called?
The Fulcrum, yeah.
That has its 3 different types of 3 ranged attacks.
Yeah,
which is pretty sweet with
elemental,
different
whatever.
effects. Each one represents a different element. I'm pretty sure it's a black clad model. That's obviously,
It is a black clad
that's
model, so it'll
obviously
be in Secret
bullshit.
Masters.
But that part's obviously bullshit. I don't know if I agree with an observatory, a mobile building being a type of unit. But
Well, what you don't see
have a
are there
ghost.
are 3 black clad models that go on it. They've fallen out multiple times, so I just don't have them attached to the model. The little metal bits on the base, they attach
those
to
little
that,
engineers.
and they're doing
I
like
see.
this little weird worship thing. And, yeah. But yeah, there are black clad models that go, or black clad pieces that go on that model.
I guess that feels a little bit better. Still don't like it.
Yeah.
But
don't care.
he
It's
doesn't.
good.
At least as broken as some of these things are, I think sometimes they at least respect stealth, which is a cool thing.
Yeah.
And my guys get a fair amount of Willis rolls over here, as I call them.
Yeah, all the
Willis.
tough rolls that you get.
Toughen
All
up.
that fun crap. I go, look at that, your leader model and the UA are in a cloud
Yep.
that they don't need to be in.
That they don't need to be in because they have
Or
stealth.
whatever.
That's
Sweet.
that thing I was talking about.
This is totally gonna keep them safe, guys. It's fine.
No, hilariously, I think the lack of living models that I've got actually has you keep Tartarus back for longer, and it takes a long time before that Wraith Engine finally goes corporeal.
Yeah, it does. Just
it
because
kind
you,
of hangs out there and is a pain in my ass.
I like
because it's
I like to
debuffing my
disable a
guns.
stone, but the other models, as a result, live quite a bit longer. In my more recent games, I've been quite a bit more aggressive with the Wraith Engine, thinking so a lot of these lists should probably have 2 Wraith Engines. Then I wouldn't feel so bad about filling the Warjack points with chickens entirely,
Yeah.
because then they're huge and they block stuff while they're
there's
not
the-
ghosts.
Do you take out Darragh and shrink the?
If I take
other
Darragh
Bane-
and shrink one, I think that's 15 points.
Is the Wraith Engine
If
16?
I'm not mistaken, I think Banes are the default Bane full unit is 16, 10 and 16.
Yeah. So see. Banes are 10, 16, so 6 points, 15 points, and the Wraith Engine is how many?
Oh, I think
15. Oh shit.
I think
you
one
could.
of these Bane units is actually minimized already.
Yeah, one
so
is
I don't have
already.
those. I don't have those points available. I don't know how I feel about
Oh wait.
that second one,
Darragh
but
Wrathe is how many?
I'd have to reconsider. Darragh Wrathe is 9.
9. Yeah. So you take out Darragh Wraith and you min the.
If I'm in the second
unit.
one, I could have it, which is
Yeah,
true.
so
I
you
mean,
do-
that's
you
that's
do
a
have
lot
2
of
min
power
unit
still.
of Banes, and yeah.
Yeah, 2 armor, 2 armor on your Bane units is
Yeah, God,
not
this-
inconsiderable.
Seriously, even with all the magical weapons I've got, the Wraith Engine is still a pain in the ass to deal with.
Yeah, lately I've been trying to figure out a theme, like which casters want which particular theme force, because I was a pretty big fan of the Infernal Machines
Yeah.
theme force, which is the Goon Squad. That was like, I've been sort of testing out a season of those, a whole bunch of casters with those to see who likes which one's better. Gatsby works a lot better with the Banes now that they have Prowl, this Gatsby at least, which is one of my
Yes.
favorites. Gatsby 2 obviously only works with Banes because you want all his bros to be undead for cool stuff like Excarnate. His feat just works better with Banes because they actually deal damage. But some of them feel a little awkward. Like Terminus seems like he's a lot better with the Infernal Machines.
Oh god. Randomly, one other thing you actually did do really well is engage my mannequins so they can't spray.
So they can't just spit all over.
Yeah,
everyone?
I've learned, but this is also like the 8th game we've played when I had to face those little shitheads. Like,
Yeah.
killing them does practically nothing.
It's just like, oh, let
They're
me
like
put
they
myself
show up
in a-
and spray 2 to 3 Banes, and I'm
Yeah.
like, that's super depressing.
let
I
me
mean,
just-
they're in
So-
the Wraith Engine's aura now, which is a lot harder for the mannequins to kill, as it turns out.
Yep.
And if you just engage them, then you don't have to worry about them. You just ghostly past them the next turn and attack what you really want to hit.
Oh my god, is this the time where you just have like that one damn near invincible Bane?
I think this is
I
yeah,
think
this is
it, 'cause
actual,
I'm actually trying to send in a Blacklight Stoneshaper to.
and he can't
some
fit
shit.
through there. And this is actual Bruce Willis there in front of
Yeah.
that mannequin.
No, it's like I barely get in there. It's like, all right,
Get
you
it.
can do it. No, you can't.
I think that one was a
Bull
hit,
crap.
and then you just like hit armor several times.
Yeah, something like that.
He's like, got a spray. Yeah,
Oh
screw
yeah, I
that
had to double check.
mannequin.
It's like, wait, is this an AOE or a spray? Did I just hit my own shit? Oh, okay, I guess I do.
With
Whatever.
a 7 is not enough to kill Bruce Willis. That aura is amazing.
Yeah, I know. Fuck that aura.
Oh.
Because now that it protects against magic as well. Good
yeah,
God.
magic is a big deal.
Yeah.
I would feel a lot better lately I've been more drawn towards symmetrical like battlefield setups. So having like a Wraith Engine on each side where I wouldn't have to choose which house means that the bubble is basically covering my entire army, which would be pretty sweet. And here you are moving those little stupid stones in front so my fatty Wraith Engine can't fit his butt in there.
It's like, hey, I'm not going to play some Fulcrum anymore. Let's just be roadblocks.
I mean, it's super effective.
You've been lied to. You've been lied to your whole time. Ghosts can't go through walls.
Yeah, they can't. That's what was always counterintuitive to me, was that though ghostly models can go through obstructions and houses and things like that that seem pretty solid, they can't go through models. They just ignore free strikes.
Yeah,
I guess that's why I had a problem recognizing the difference there for so long.
Probably, because that is.
Yeah, they
weird.
can
That's
march
like,
through a house,
those are
but there's a
models.
rock there. You have to stop and fight it. I'm like, okay, I guess we'll just do that. I mean, obviously, I'd love killing a stone because then no more teleportation BS.
I have nobody in that triangle, anyways.
I got my one surviving horse is feeling vengeful over there.
Oh yeah, that's the other thing they're doing. They're blocking off a Bane charge to my Fulcrum.
Yeah, because Ghostly cares about models. Super cool.
Yeah.
Sweet.
What's this stupid stone doing here? Why can't I go past it? I could get through this wall of stones right here, but that one I can't.
So I have
rocks
to
are hard to get past, man.
I have to keep running a Bane in between the stones to get in front of a Woldwyrd.
Yep.
So because I believe Gunfighter is a melee attack with its ranged weapons.
No, that's point blank. Gunfighter is I can make ranged attacks while in
engaged,
melee.
Yeah.
While in melee.
In melee specifically.
So
Then
if somebody's engaging me from 2 inches away, I can still get them.
Okay. I was thinking that though it's obviously pretty effective still, you won't be able to make... Is that right? I thought you couldn't make range attacks against other models.
I can only make ranged attacks against models that I'm in melee with.
Okay, right.
And if I kill that model, then I can shoot out. Because
Okay.
I'm already doing
I guess you
attacks.
just weren't particularly lucky with shooting out because
No, I wasn't,
it was
because
pretty
fuck that
effective in
Wraith
clogging it because of the fucking Wraith Engine.
Yeah.
Yeah. That aura, it's amazeballs.
That door is really good. What, the Wraith Engine is armor 18 base? Yeah, so armor 20 versus my
In,
wings.
in a faction where pretty much 95% of my spells are just debuffing the enemy's crap, it's nice to have something that's just like, yeah, this is for your bros. Plus armor. I'm like, what's a defensive spell? I don't know what that's like.
Yeah.
Play defense.
But
It's like, well, hey, my list, the only defensive spell I've got is Admonition. Scything Touch is offensive, then Affliction, which is real good.
yeah,
Oh,
with a lot of casters, I'll consider taking them with the Banes if they have a defense debuff, because Banes are plenty effective at dealing damage. Obviously, with Dark Shroud and Weapon Master,
Yeah,
these
but Mat
Banes.
6 misses a lot.
Mat 6 is kind of sad, but Gaspy's cool because he has Calamity, which does both defense and armor on a single model unit.
Yep.
He has, and like I mentioned before, his Ashen Veil is now super cool with Banes because any Bane you put it on will now have stealth.
Yeah.
Not to mention be super obnoxious to anything it's in melee with because of the other part of Ashen Veil.
However, doesn't that part care about living?
It cares about living. So
Well,
constructs,
Again, joke's on you.
constructs don't give a shit. Jokes on me. Jokes
Rocks
on me.
and sticks, man. Rocks and
Shrimp
sticks.
another +1. It's like Shrimp 7, Banes 1, just because of the aura I got off the battle engine.
God, just
But
having a list that's all constructs so often just is
Random cool
randomly
guy
good.
benefits.
Yeah.
You can't do the really stupid thing where you 90% kill a beast and look, I can heal him with my Warcaster. But this Theme Force, I'm pretty sure,
allows me to
gives you
heal.
a way
Yeah.
to heal. Okay.
Yeah.
We don't
at
have
the
mechanics. We have nature wizards.
Exactly. Yeah. At the start of my turn, all my war beasts remove 1 point of damage, and then the Warden removes D3 on his own, and then Loki can regenerate, and then Shifting Stones can heal D3, and then the Black-Red Stoneshapers can repair.
I think this is where
yeah.
Darragh Wrathe fails to be a wizard, Harry, because he doesn't kill this stupid thing.
I think you're right. I think that Shifting Stone will. Oh yeah, I placed it in the acid pool.
It's been a
This one
couple.
has herpes.
I was
Yeah,
measuring
Stone
to
has the
see if he
herpes.
could not get the herpes and still attack it.
Yep.
Darragh Wrathe's still a pretty solid model, but I think maybe you should, with the way the points work out, it feels more like you should probably pick Wraith Engine or Darragh Wrathe. It feels you still want to have a fair amount of Bane infantry in the Bane theme force for obvious reasons, and it feels a little awkward to try and stack those benefits, even though the area is pretty large. You don't get as much of a benefit.
No, and isn't Darragh Wrathe like almost the only speed buff you can give Banes right now?
Yeah, I think he
+1
is.
speed or +1 movement.
It's +1 inches to movement.
+1 movement.
It's
Okay.
not +1 speed, but
Okay.
it's something. Yeah,
Yeah.
undead models only.
Yeah, Death Ride. It's activating in Darragh's command range. Gain +1 movement. Oh,
helps
that's a little
helps you feel slightly less awkward about Gaspy's 5 speed, I think, on all the Gaspies now. I don't know if he had that before, but it feels super sad when I'm moving him.
Yeah, speed 5 sucks. Speed 5 cast.
Now I know how trolls feel. Sorry, guys.
I know, right? I think that's one of the reasons I wasn't too big of a fan of Mosar, except Sands of Fate gets me wherever the hell I want anyways. But yeah, he's speed 5.
If I put a Bane there, what is that? I don't even know what I'm measuring it for.
I don't know why either. I think you were just making sure that you couldn't charge him.
Oh, I think it
That I
was
had the
that,
charge
that
lane blocked off.
the leader model there in the back. If I move the Bane in front of him, I think that's what I'm checking.
Yeah, either way, I closed off the angles, so no charging the Fulcrum.
Yeah, Wraith
No
Engine
charge for you.
still like spends 100 years in this back
Oop,
zone.
can't go through walls. It's
Yeah,
cool.
so hey,
First Bane,
let's
yeah.
engage some weirds.
Engage some weirds.
Oh,
Gets charged on the thingy.
Yeah.
Mr. Gorbachev, tear down this observatory.
like, one Bane. It's a Bane. I can live with that.
It's one Bane. It's not going to kill the newly pumped to the moon battle engines. I'm pretty stoked about all around. I think it's cool that they made it more playable because before
yeah.
they seemed super sad.
Oh yeah.
I need a battle engine, man.
Like
Yeah,
how
my
many
Lilith one list
how
that's
many
running
jacks
2
is
battle
this?
engines, it's
I could
awesome.
have instead. Now it doesn't feel like such a waste because a 15-point jack that has like that kind of armor for me. Most of my jacks are made of glass anyway.
Yeah.
Like, my army requires me to take my battle engine, so
Yes. Grimkin pretty much does require you to take
it's like
the
must
death
take battle
knell.
engine.
Yeah. It's
or
like
you
no.
will be super sad.
Obviously, we're each playing ours in this, so that's Crixin Circle. I'm playing 2 Thrones of Everblight in one of my Legion lists regularly.
You
And I think just got so much better. The battle cricket is
didn't
annoying
like the
as
Bane
shit.
Swarm previously.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Because god.
It's also because of me, but that's a different game.
Yes, because of you, because you play the infantry swarm, I had to sit there and pour through Legion going, how the hell can Legion deal with this much infantry?
Yeah, Scavarus is Scavarus, as it turns out, I think has his home in Dark Host theme. It's probably the best
Yeah.
one for him.
By the way, I'm glad you don't play Ghost Fleet, in a way. I am and I'm not. Because like I wouldn't mind the rounds and getting the reps against Ghost Fleet, but not having to worry about it, I'm also kind of okay with.
Yeah, it's one of the only models stuff I didn't buy since I bought the majority of my stuff in Mark II. And it was actually quite mediocre. Obviously not the super duper theme force back then. And
Good.
now that it
Niagara 2
is,
would have a
I'm
word.
like, I feel bad about spending all that money for one theme force because I don't have any of the models. Like I'd have to
Yeah.
buy Captain Rengrave 3 units of bros with 3 UA or attachments. It's not very appealing to me because they're all still metal, I think, and they're all still quite expensive.
Yep.
And
Oh
that-
my god, is
that-
the Wraith Engine attacking?
Wraith
us?
Engine
it's
Oh, it's
moving up.
Goriel!
He's not a ghost.
Oh.
No longer a ghost.
He's
I think the only thing that cares is the mannequin's melee.
Get him,
That
stick man.
bad.
Get the stick man. Get him.
Hey, you know what? The camera's not recording us either. Fuck you too.
nice.
Uh,
I feel like
Oh,
if
yeah,
the people
so-
watching this aren't familiar with the middle finger, they're watching their own channel.
yeah, I know, right?
What?
So,
We never get salty. I don't know what you're talking
Something-
about.
yeah, something different for my channel. I've moved it out of my house. I'm now recording at Twin Sons Comics and Games in Albuquerque. Great store. Come visit. Yeah, the only store in town that still sells War Machine horrors and still has an active community. Okay, we're both clapping. Somebody whiffed bad.
That was Gaspy's grandpa whiffing super hard on a spell slave to do something cool.
Probably on a shifting stone. Looking at it.
What's the offensive spell that I'm casting with Gaspy
Okay.
there?
Oh my god.
Fucking
That's a good
Gaspy's
question.
grandpa. Always letting me down.
Spell slave. Okay, what is he?
Because he's
What
just
does
senile,
Gatsby have?
okay? To senior moment.
Yeah, he's
Yeah.
having a few. I mean, he's like several thousand years old now.
Did he
So.
miss a Hellfire?
I think it was a Hellfire. That's what he usually goes for. Yeah, POW
Yeah.
14. And at 16, I think exactly failed to deal any damage on whatever he was hitting. Super cool.
Probably. Yeah.
Sweet.
Either that or it left that. I think I was checking line of sight to that solo. What's his name? The black-clad
Black-clad Stoneshaper.
Stoneshaper, and it did not kill him, depressingly enough, because I thought that was a pretty sure thing.
Hey, he's +2 def and arm. when he's base to base with a construct. Which,
Weird.
go figure. This
You
list
have
has
quite
a
a
ton
few
of
of
them.
those in this list, Ben, I think.
I
Maybe.
think so too. Yeah,
Um,
no, seems good. Seems good.
I mean, you have a lot of living models too, obviously. I mean, all
Yes.
4 of them.
5.
5. Sorry.
Yeah. See, what do we got going now? Chicken going after the stone that Darragh couldn't kill?
Yep, Chicken wants justice.
Man,
He's got
everything-
jaws and he's not afraid to use that
Yeah.
sustained attack.
Oh, man.
Needs the
Everything
herps.
over there is getting the herps, man.
Is that your clock with 28 seconds on it?
That is
That's 28 minutes.
Okay,
Yeah,
I was like, that
20.
can't be right.
Yeah,
I started.
it's not
I went
down to
first.
seconds
I'm
yet.
pretty
I think,
sure.
I
I mean,
when
I'm
the
not
clock
that
gets
bad
down,
at death clock, though. I'm pretty bad at it.
Yeah. No, I think
Yeah.
it's when my clock gets below 15 minutes. That's when you start seeing the second counter.
Hmm.
Yeah, because you're at like 12 minutes there.
Right.
God, if I started my next turn with 28 seconds, I'd be.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's still too many things on the table, and the
Yeah, and control points are still
yeah,
only
control
one
points are
apiece.
still quite low.
Oh yeah, you freaking put a Bane in my zone, so I didn't score that one.
Yes, and I'm pretty sure I was not even aware of it. I was just clogging that Bane as hard as I could.
Yep.
Get in there, little buddy.
Sentry Stones are
I'm
so
barely getting used to
good.
moving through your own objective and everything, since I'm so used to
I know
the Mark II
I'm
ones
getting-
being so clunky and clogging your area.
I'm so used to that too. Because it's not incorporeal because your opponent can't see or move through it,
Yeah.
but
But
friendly
you
models
can.
can, and it's
Yeah.
just weird.
I never had this problem. Started.
Yeah, now they're like super friendly. They were friendly before,
Yeah, I know,
but
right?
now they
Now
do all
they're-
kinds of cool
now they're
stuff
real
for
good.
you.
Now you just got to remember what the hell they do.
We drop
Yeah,
in
I'm
many
also not
things.
100% that it's necessary to bring 2 Necrotechs for the Machine Wraith, Wraith Engine,
Okay, yeah.
because it's like it's only 2 points, but I could have
Well, if
upgraded
you
my
put in a-
Deathrippers to Night Wretches, which I usually like to do.
Yeah. Well,
And
if you put a second Wraith Engine in, then you could put 1 Necrotech on
Sure.
each.
They also only collect their little scrap tokens that create scrap thralls or extra heals if it's a War Jack specifically. So the Wraith Engine kind of score energy with that. Doesn't give them
Yeah.
cool tokens to repair it.
No. That really? They don't collect off battle engines? That
No.
seems like a missed opportunity.
It's slightly awkward.
Hmm.
I mean, they're still only 2 points, and they were actually 2 points in Mark II, so the models are fantastic.
Okay, to be fair, your Wraith Engine is undead and incorporeal and not actually a machine.
Sure.
It's a big ghost,
So-
man. Obviously, can't you see?
Very, very
Yeah, I
big,
can't even
scary
see 'em.
ghost with
Can't even
tubes
see 'em.
and.
Yeah. big-
Oh no, Wraith Engine is a Wait, what? Wraith
Yeah,
Engine
he's a
is
construct.
What
He's
the
an
hell?
incorporeal
Isn't-
construct,
isn't
but he's not a
Incorporeal
Warjack.
undead construct.
Seems
Isn't-
fine, no problem.
Yeah, it's
Okay.
cool. Don't worry about it.
Is this like the slime in Firm Gully?
It's a robo ghost.
Yes.
Does he start
it also sings sweet songs.
I was like,
when
he's
it's
just
tearing
sing
down your
toxic
forest.
love, right?
Yeah.
Every
there
time
you
he.
go.
That's what that aura is, right? It's just toxic love all over the
Oh
place.
god. What are we looking up now?
Ben's
What am I
checking the
looking
rule
up
book for
now?
something.
Okay.
Uh,
What kind of bullshit is coming?
Yeah,
I
something
missed.
not good.
I missed what we're activating right now.
Yeah, me too. Whatever. We'll see when I'm done that. What is the name of that slime? That's gonna bug me.
Oh man, I know this. I know the name of the song. I don't know the name of the slime.
I know, right?
Yeah, it's Tim Curry is what it is.
Yes.
So,
As we all whip out our phones again.
it was like now we're all looking up Fern Gully because that's important to War Machine.
I mean, it's Crix versus Circle. It's kind of
That is
appropriate.
Fern
It is
Gully,
pretty
yeah.
appropriate, yeah.
Oh,
You know,
gosh.
one faction is a bunch of power-hungry maniacs trying to chow in the forest. The other one's super eco-friendly undead folks.
Yeah, one of them's Crix.
Yep. Yeah, one reduces, reuses, recycles, and the other one's a circle.
Yep. What did I just
God,
move? Yeah, I'm not sure what rule we were trying to look up there.
How no? Oh, damn.
Hexus.
Texas? Okay.
Yeah, Hexus, played by Mr. Tim Curry.
Yeah.
Isn't that a Scorncaster?
Hexarius.
Lord Arbiter
Lord-
Hexaris?
Is that how you, I don't know how you pronounce it. Because I don't know how to pronounce anything in these games.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm
Well,
not sure what rule
according
we were
to
checking there.
Yeah, according to the rulebook, it is Kador, not Kador, or whatever other pronunciation. Kador, turn. What are we on?
Kador turn. This got to be at least turn 3.
See, I like
we
having
have
casters that
multiple
all have
control
just
points.
super generic names like the Wanderer.
Oh, let's see. All of the Legion ones are blank of Everblight.
Yeah, Blink of the Everblight.
Miscellaneous appendage or
Yeah.
character attribute of Everblight.
yeah, very.
Yeah, I've noticed
very
that.
He puts a lot of effort. Do you think Everblight just thinks about the stuff he has
Oh
to name
wait,
his
no,
different
I think there's
casters?
one. Thagrosh the Messiah.
Yep.
Of the Everblight.
Of Everblight.
I was gonna say, of Everblight.
I think he breaks that mold. He was the
Messiah.
prophet of Everblight, and then he just became the Messiah.
Thagrosh, Messiah of the Daughters of Everblight.
Of the daughters of
He
Everblight.
saves some. Yeah, that's two of the. What's their name? Saren
The
and
twins,
Rias?
Saren and Rias, the
Yeah.
talons of Everblight.
I thought one of them was called the Daughter of Everblight. Is that another thing?
Absalonia is daughter of
Absolutely.
Everblight.
Okay. I almost played Legion when I started just because of the aesthetic, which is one of the main reasons I also chose Crix, because I almost always gravitate towards something undead. Kind of
Yeah.
aesthetic always looks cool to me.
Hey, Chris is Everblight's conviction.
Yep, character attribute of Everblight.
Character. Everblight has a lot. He's a lot of things. Okay, he's a complicated man. Dragon,
Dragons.
rocks,
Dagrod.
Dargan, complicated Dargan.
Tractor.
Yeah, he's a
Do
dragon.
they burninate the
that
burninating the
that little
countryside?
fight over the acid pit is just super depressing. It's like
I know,
a
right?
chicken fighting a stone and no one's winning. Jeez, what a
Everybody's
freaking
got
letdown.
herpes.
Still
That is
around.
truly a hive of scum and villainy over there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Gas.
yeah, screw you, Derek. Take a rift.
Yeah,
Crank the
Gaspy.
damage.
I think you cranked it, and now he's walking around like a
I don't know
like
if that
a
was enough to actually
citizen
dismount
man.
you. Oh, I
Yeah,
did sit him
did
down.
it.
Ah.
Pedestrian
Yeah.
wraith.
Do you stop for pedestrians?
He actually is not undead. Does not have ghostly. He cares about rift.
Yay! Nope, I do still have a black flag behind that house that we can't see through.
Yeah, you can
'cause
see his
of
like.
that thing. You can see his axe in the
Yeah,
back.
his,
Like,
like,
I know he does
axe
some lolsy
thing.
stuff against the banner because, man, having the banner or moving the Banes back to so that the banner holds tough, real
Yeah.
good.
Pretty solid. You just keep him on the backside of a cloud somewhere, and if you're not playing Legion, it's pretty effective.
Yeah, yeah,
A lot of
true.
things.
Eyeless sight, yay! Or if you're, as long as you're not playing against Kruger 1 either,
Yeah.
because Cascale wins and bye bye clouds.
Right. That's kind of stupid.
Because lulls.
He's the Storm Lord, man. Come on.
No, Storm Wrath is
Oh,
Kruger 1.
that's Storm Wrath.
Storm Lord is
Yeah.
2,
It's
and Lord
two.
of the Dons.
Lord of the Dead.
And
Look how
now
great
that
my
you can
tapping
charge
is.
with
What
the
is
speed
Tanith
debuff,
doing? Her stupid from beneath
Yeah.
ranged attack?
Yep.
Oh yeah, the Shadowbind gun.
I hit you, and then 4-inch AoE and Shadowbind, and Suck a
Yeah,
dick.
super cool.
Super cool battle box caster, bro. Like,
yeah, yeah,
Sweet.
real good.
real sweet. I
Ooh,
got-
Wizard
sweet.
Harry.
Oh, he's going for it. Is he a Wizard Harry? I think this one is a Wizard Harry.
Yeah.
Or he sucks really
That's-
bad.
Oh, there's a 5 back there.
Oh, there's a 5.
I was
Okay,
like,
I was
I was
like,
like, wait, I thought
three.
that was a charge. Where's the
What?
third die? Oh.
Willis.
Does he will?
No,
he doesn't will.
Willis.
Battle Wizard! Yeah!
Yeah, sprays are cool, bro. Sprays are real cool.
Sprays are real cool. Well, you did
Especially when I
conveniently-
give you a tether to aim at my flag.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You did give me that model.
I'm like, yeah, aim directly
Yeah,
at
sure,
this
why not?
guy. Does he Willis? What is
Does not look
Willis?
Like Willis.
Okay, Black Flag can die. He's done his job.
Yeah. Feel like you got
Wayfarer
enough
can
points
die. He's
yet,
happy.
or
He's happy.
Uh,
Here, there's a living model you can deal with now.
yay?
Sweet.
Value.
Living models.
Yeah.
Awesome.
In one go, he killed the officer, the officer and the banner. He's good. He's good.
Yeah, in a couple.
Well,
in
hey,
a couple.
free model killed free models.
Yep, true story. I can't even compute that kind of math.
Oh man.
I don't know what kind of deal I'm getting yet.
So-
God, Loki has not done shit.
He just
Yeah,
sat
he's
in that forest.
he's set in that
chilling.
forest. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's got Prowl.
he
but
likes
he's
the
with
forest, so
He's
So
chill.
this
making sure he can't get
this
shot
Bane
or
theme
spelled.
force, interestingly
Do you
enough,
think he took a
also
nap?
offers 0 ranged options, unless it's like attached to a jack, which, as I mentioned before, the Leviathan is depressing.
You have spells
I have spells. That is true.
and
You
arc
got
nodes.
chickens.
Yes, I got chickens.
You got
It's
chickens?
true,
Yep.
but in case you can't tell, they spend most of their time in acid pits, slow roasting while they're trying to fight a stone.
Oh man. Never let
You-
your chickens get herpes. You can't.
Yeah,
you
you'd
can't
think
sell
of
them
all
after
the
that.
factions, Crix would have plenty of immunity to corrosion, but nope.
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 It's actually extremely rare.
I know, right?
I'm thinking there's maybe a couple models in faction that have it, but that's
Yeah.
extremely
well,
uncommon.
Do you still have Caustic Presence corrosion? Was that on? No, that was either on Venethrax or Scabrous. I can't remember.
Oh, that was Venithrax.
Venithrax, does he
That
still
was
have that?
in old Venithrax. I don't think he has it anymore.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that used to be a thing he had.
Yeah,
Everybody
because I know
gets it.
Caustic Presence Fire still exists on Fiora. I think it's Fiora 1? Fiora 2. Fiora 2. Because Fiora 1, she pops her feet and you watch a third of it go out.
Right.
Yeah, like Fiora 2 is literally walking on fire.
Yeah. And then there's Fiora 3 riding Rapidash.
Yeah, I'm also paying zero attention whatsoever to the scenario elements on this because that part was still pretty new to me at this point as well.
Hey, whatever. You're still doing better than me.
Like we both have that back zone, which is super easy to control and super hard to get into because of this house.
Giant house.
Yeah.
It's got an anchor on it. Do you think they sell like? Oh,
It's
maybe that's why
I
Chris
believe
wanted it.
the painted sign says it's an inn of some description.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Is the inn.
Property
Is that what
value is pretty low in this area. I imagine.
No.
I don't
It's
know
like,
why you'd open
here,
an inn
we're-
here.
Hey.
The survivors get to.
Maybe it has an anchor on it, maybe, right? Like maybe
You know,
all your
on
Crick's pirates
the
go stay
pamphlet
there,
they have
but-
out, it says they've got a hot tub.
Nice.
They don't tell you that it's
Yeah.
gonna burn you alive.
Yeah,
Well,
they have
sure.
a hot tubs like
Uh,
maybe all the
it's
like.
gonna corrode your skin and all.
Hey,
It's a hot tub,
Or hot
guys.
spring. Hot
Very-
spring. That's
It's
the one.
very
Hot spring.
very hot.
some
Yeah.
faction may be able to appreciate the amenities. I don't. I honestly can't think of any of my guys that have immunity to corrosion.
I know there's 0 in
You
circle.
can tell your chicken loves the bath he's getting.
He's
right
he's just rolling around in there.
now. He's like, yeah.
There's happier than a pig and shit.
Look at that Bane unit over there, still going strong.
Yeah, that. At least there's a bunch on fire now.
Look at that Wraith Engine. One day he's gonna get in there. Maybe he's getting close.
He's
I'm looking
gonna do
at.
it.
Can I kill Grandpa?
Grandpa.
Can you kill Grandpa? And then you're astonished to learn he has 16 armor for some reason.
Yeah.
He is battle
Armor
hardened,
18,
that
what
Grandpa.
the hell?
He's not messing
Gramps.
around.
No,
Hey.
no, he is not.
You ever seen like the old man like rock hands that you like? They'll beat you up, man.
I think he actually has the same defensive stats as a Woldwyrd. 13? Is that 13, 16?
Yeah.
It's a little
Bit
weird.
fewer boxes.
It is indeed a little
but
weird.
you did kill him.
Yep. Yep. Oh, that Wraith Engine is annoying as shit. Also, God, my clock is starting to get way lower than I would like for this. As somebody comes up and asks us something.
I think they asked. I can't remember.
I can't
What you
remember
doing,
either.
man?
It was
What are you
too
playing?
long ago. This was what, 2 weeks ago? 3 weeks ago?
This was 3 weeks ago.
3 weeks
It's
ago.
been a while.
Oh, God.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
Yeah.
a little bit.
Hopefully, I'm not going to have
Oh
that
man,
gap
go
for
get
much
him,
longer.
Shrimpy.
You can do it!
Look at that, going to being a gunfighter. Super
Yeah.
savage.
Yeah,
So good.
yeah.
Hey, at least he's...
Wraith Engine,
denying
super
landing
armor
zones
against
again.
this guy, no problem. But he's in his way, which is awesome.
Yep.
So good.
So cool.
Move that stone, no movement.
Don't
Don't go anywhere.
No, just deny the landing spots. That's all I gotta do. Also, I now have a magical weapon that can free strike.
Yeah,
Strangely.
I was gonna say your gunfighter on that magical gun lets him free strike, doesn't it?
Yep.
He has a.
Yep. Yep.
World-
Not that the Wraith Engine. I mean, the Wraith Engine would love to eat shrimp. I don't think he wants to go anywhere else anyway.
It's like, delicious.
But it's not the fulcrum.
Nope. True story.
Chicken's gonna.
Chicken still can't make it out of that acid bath.
He just really likes it.
Like this
okay, man? He
mannequin, this is where I want to be. This is
Yeah, he's
this is
like,
the place to be.
Sticks and acid, best time ever.
And here I'm burning clock, trying to think of what
It's
am I
chicken
going to
soup,
do? How
and
am I
I'm.
gonna
I
do
think
that?
I'm.
And
You
gonna
can't see my face.
brave Sir Robin.
You can't see my face off camera, but I'm watching the clock. Like yes, yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like,
just-
yeah, when I'm second
just-
player and I'm that far down on clock, that's not a good sign.
Yeah, that's
Not at all.
I like Death Clock, getting the practice. Plus, the idea that your game never goes longer than 2 hours anyway.
Yeah, that is really nice.
You're like, well, time's over. Cool, I can play another game. Get more than one game in a single day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But it's kind of an analog to Magic Online, which I know you're a huge fan of. Magic Judges, am I right?
Yeah. So
Because they effectively have the Death Clock system too. If you have anytime
Yeah.
you have the opportunity to do something, your clock is ticking, and when it gets to 0, you just insta lose the match.
Yeah, I think that's anything competitive.
Yeah,
I mean,
probably.
I think
It's just a lot
every
harder.
card game that
It's
I've
a lot
seen
harder
will
to
have it.
institute in games like Magic. It's impossible to do chess clock type format in person. So I actually really liked it
Yeah.
when I heard that it was a thing for War Machine Hordes.
Oh god, that would be difficult to do. And
Yeah.
You can do you have a response? Are you tapping it every time? There's like
Yeah,
a million
no kidding.
priority passes a turn,
Yeah.
so it's ridiculous.
Yeah, too many
forget that.
like.
Yeah,
just, like, hitting it
they've
back
already
and
said
forth.
they've already said there's no way that's ever going to be a thing in real life, and it's not feasible.
no.
I think right here it was
Hey, Tartarus is
probably
engaging a weird.
Tartarus
Yay.
went over the wall, and he can't turn anything into a Bane because nothing's alive.
Hey, there's a Blackclad right up there.
Oh, there is. That's true.
Circle's dead.
But
in
the Bane
inside-
unit,
inside
I'm
that.
pretty sure, is already gone. So he can't.
Yep, looks like it.
Yeah, he can't death toll him into that unit.
Yep, I'm pretty sure the other Bane unit is only alive because that freaking Wraith Engine.
Yeah, Wraith Engine is the sweetness.
Yeah. Wraith
Yeah,
Engine.
in fact, I might
Okay.
consider dropping the Bane Riders from this list and trying some other kind of infantry balance option. Get a second Wraith Engine in
So
there.
I see 6 points to upgrade.
It's 6 points to upgrade the second
So-
unit to full. But if I drop the Bane Riders and
If you
Darragh
do-
Wrathe, that still nets me 23 points.
26. 20
Is that
for
right?
Banes. Darragh. Oh no, 29. Darragh is 9 points. Isn't he?
Right. Minus 6 for the upgrade for the Banes is what I was thinking.
gotcha.
So I'll
Yeah,
have
23
a
points.
net of 23 more points, which
so
is
second Wraith
a Wraith Engine and
you've
11
got
more
8
points.
More?
8
Wraith
more.
Engine
Yeah,
is
8
15.
more.
Yeah.
It's 8 more. If I drop a Necrotech, one of the well,
so you
if-
could upgrade your Arc nodes.
Yeah, I could upgrade the Arc nodes, or I could drop a Necrotech at a Slayer. I like that. That initial combo
yeah.
strike is usually pretty good.
Yeah.
Or have another, what is it,
Yes,
10
you
points?
got it.
I think I could have a min unit of Bane Knights, actually, which wouldn't be terrible.
Yeah, you could do that.
That's
I
not
don't know.
bad
Is
either.
Bane Bane Knight's worth it? As defensive as that unit is, it almost seems like you need the full.
You don't get as much value off a charge with them, but
True.
you can take up a lot of damage that would go to other sources just by putting 2 of them in base to base in a Wraith Engine aura. I mean, 20 armor, 20 armor is pretty cool.
Yeah, 20 armor is
They
pretty
kind of
cool.
do the Darragh Wrathe thing without having to use Darragh Wrathe or worry about whether those shrimp are living or not.
Yep. Yeah, I could see that.
But it would be good at any rate to fit a second Wraith Engine in there because Gaspy would be a little bit more protected. Over there on the side now, we're coming down to the wire on time, but he's still pretty vulnerable.
Yeah, nice.
Yep.
Maybe he wants a bath in the acid too. like
Maybe he
everybody.
should have gone around the other end because
hang out with the engine.
because at this rate, due to the time, I could have just gone for Death Clock if he didn't have any kind of decent attack
Yeah.
lane against Gaspy directly, because obviously
Oh,
we're not.
God.
Neither one of us is
I
going
had
to win on
jank
scenario.
the shit out of this though.
That was jank. We'll
Like,
save
I
that
think
for.
I spent
This
spent
is
a
the
fair
best
amount of
part.
time on my clock just going. Can I do it? Can I do it?
It was.
Can this work?
It was the
Will this work?
sweatiest. Oh
This
man.
Oh god, is
It's pretty-
sweaty all the way.
Oh my gosh, this
Is
this.
Oh
this.
no! You've only seen the very end of it. Wait till you see the process of
Yeah,
getting
the
there.
process-
It
Getting
is
there.
so stupid.
I
I would expect nothing. I would expect nothing less there, Ben.
yeah. Some
Yeah.
some sweaty stuff happened. I didn't even know was an option.
That's generally like how
it's
I
an
lose
option
most
that doesn't come up very often.
Right. It is.
But
It is very
it is-
obscure.
Yes, and when it happens, it is kind of glorious. And
I'm used to most assassination things with this list involving a poon drag of some kind with Loki,
hey,
just because that's what you
Grab
usually
it.
do. Dark Shroud.
This one does.
Yeah, it's true, but takes a bit of work to get there still.
Yep. As I'm going through Fury,
Quite a bit more.
How do I
This-
heal? How do I heal? How do I heal?
I
Oh,
like
God.
I like this Gaspy a lot just because of his feet. You even no matter what you're playing against, you tend to get a ton of focus on the next turn. I think
Yeah.
I think I had already done that at this point, the previous turn.
Yeah, I think your feet
And
is already burned. It's-
Spending a whole ton of focus still left me with several, but his healing D3 and even if someone's trying to assassinate him under his feet, it's still super difficult.
No kidding.
Healing D3, it's like that
Like,
troll
oh,
list I just
God.
played against today, where they
Yeah.
which Doomy is that? It gives them ultra
Doomy
regeneration
3,
every time you hit
D3
them.
plus 3.
That's kind of what it's like, except you're generating souls the whole time.
Yeah.
fun times.
And then when you activate your Gaspy, you have terminus levels of souls, and you're like, that's cool. What am I going to do with all this focus?
Going to murder everybody. That's
Okay. When does the jank start?
it started when
I
you,
think.
when the
Oh,
game
I
started.
think this
I
is a
think.
weird doing random. Oh, weird shooting Tartarus.
Weird
I think
that
you're
was.
shooting at the chicken. if I'm not mistaken.
It was still
Did
in
I
the
already kill
acid
Tartarus?
match?
Because I see a little bit. I think that's
Tartarus
Tartarus'
is-
axe
I
right there,
think
and I
he's
know
still-
he's engaging a weird.
Yeah, I think he's still behind the model. Yeah, you killed
Oh,
the
there goes
chicken.
chicken.
Yeah.
Oh god, here we
Time to
go.
give
Here
hugs.
starts the jank.
Angry
Okay.
guy comes up.
Boost hit because chain attack smite is a thing. And when you're knocked
Hugs.
down, you can no longer shield guard.
True story. I declined a shield guard opportunity earlier in the turn, I think, from that chicken assassination.
Yep. And yay, I move you to push forward.
And the
'cause
roll
path of
is
least
enough to smite
disturbance.
and push him behind Gaspy.
And let the
And I
jank
was like,
begin.
what? The whole
Oh,
time?
man.
That's the part I didn't know could be done, but Gaspy has a smaller base. It's a little awkward. You usually don't
Yeah.
get bros with a larger base smitten directly on top of him.
Yep.
A whole
I mean,
lot
I was
of
like, oh
armor.
god, clock. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast.
Sonic the Hedgehog right here, man. Go.
Yep. I was like, I'm not waiting. I just need to roll dice. Need to go.
Roll dice. Throw
Yeah, I'm
fury
still
tokens.
trying to figure out
Oh,
what the
that's my
damage
other
result
weird-
is by the time he rolls the next one. Roll attack, boost, hit, boost damage.
It's like, wait, where am
Super
I going?
sweaty. Get him.
Yeah.
It's like -5.
Go, 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 go.
So yeah, I had the weird kill Tartarus and then shoot a Gaspy when
Yeah.
you can no longer shield guard.
Hmm. Yep, I
And
can.
then
Gross.
Tanith is doing some janky. Oh god, I popped feet this turn, so now I'm just shooting a shitload of bleeds.
Get him.
Sweaty.
Get him.
Yep.
Yeah,
Like, oh god, gotta do it.
you can see Gaspy's damage box. Damage grid is about half gone now.
Yep. And here
Loki
comes the Poon
comes up. Poon drag. He's knocked down, so it's super easy to hit him.
Yep. And even though you shot the damage to
Yeah.
0, you're still considered to have taken damage. So
Yo.
That part I was also
Ten.
extremely
Yeah.
skeptical
Oh,
about.
God. Oh,
There you
God.
go, go,
sweaty.
go, go.
It's coming
Yeah,
down to the
yeah,
wire.
yeah.
Shit.
Victory? Question mark? Question mark?
Shit.
Question mark? Let's watch that in slow motion, Bob.
I wasn't. I
Right.
wasn't even.
Okay.
I wasn't even watching the.
Bob? Or do-
And
As you
they're
can
out of my
see,
head. Ah,
the dice are
Sweaty
in midair.
Super sweaty.
Sweatiest
Super sweaty.
ever.
I feel like I could have asked him some harmless misdirecting question about that quarter of a second back, because I assumed I lost the game when he just said damage. Yeah, cool. And I wasn't watching the clock. I was tracking Gaspy's damage directly.
Yeah, and then I went through, tried to watch it on the camera, and went.
When you
"Shit,
said
when
on the
did that last one
10 minutes
actually
after,
go?"
10 minutes after, you're like, I think you actually won that game. I was like, yes, second in a row.
Just kidding.
And just
And then
kidding.
now we got slow mo replay and JK.
Just kidding. They were in the air.
Uh,
Okay.
Yeah, it's like they were out of my hand. Good God.
That
Good
was the
game.
sweatiest. That was.
That was-
I didn't feel bad about that. That was a
No,
good game, though.
no.
No, that was.
A lot of people took acid baths. It must be very refreshing.
It's fresh to
Alright.
death, in fact.
Yeah. So great. Oh.
All right. Well, I feel we recapped that one pretty well. I don't think we really need to to keep rambling on too much afterwards.
Nope.
So, hopefully, channels back up regularly, and
Maybe we'll have a sweaty rematch, Gaspy
Sweaty
v Tanith in the near future. I'd
Maybe.
like to rework that list a bit, and
Even more
non-living
weird
models
just
are
for
hard.
you.
we could do that.
yeah, I think it could be good.
I'm on a Legion kick right now, so
Well, I
I
don't
could-
want to throw Bane. I don't want to throw Bane fodder into
What?
those two battle engines because they're built to kill Bane fodder. I feel happy with the last Scabbers list that made you build the Bane fodder list.
yeah,
Fun
no.
times.
The Gaspy list that afterwards I'm just sitting there staring, going, "How the hell do I deal with
It
this?"
was Scabrous. Yeah, icy grip on your
Oh, yeah.
sorcerers that just ruined their spellcasting thing.
Yeah.
Killed the Blightbringer and you had like nothing left but Bethany to run ass backwards and get turned into a Bane.
that game ended so badly.
Just
Yeah, you actually tabled me
Fear-
on that one.
fear the flying speed.
that one was one sided.
That was yes, it was. It's like, okay, this doesn't work. How does Legion do it? Thus the advent of Lilith 1.
Flying
Yeah.
spaghetti monster.
We'll have to see the next what we put up next though.
Yep. So please like, comment, subscribe. Let us know what you think.
Thanks for watching.
Bye.
Just take it for granted that we're still sitting next to you. You got to believe in the world when you're not looking directly at it.
No, it's fine.